Почему у него еще физиономия не изуродована? Почему у него ухо не отрезано? Почему он не хромает, этот ублюдок, еще до сих пор? Ночью, когда выходит, нападают неизвестные. Случайно нападают и бьют ему пивной бутылкой по физиономии и вливают туда еще лист.
Cut off his ears moment. Russian butcher of Mariupol demands to know why his own soldier hasn't been mutilated for wearing uniform wrong. This is the horrifying moment. The Russian butcher of Mariupol demanded to know why one of his own soldiers hadn't had his ears cut off for wearing the wrong uniform. Colonel General Mikhail Mizintsev appeared to call for the soldier to have his face messed up in a chilling intercepted phone call, and urged others to beat him with a bottle for the mistake. Dubbed the Butcher of Mariupol, Kol Mizintsev is officially known as the director of the Russian National Center for Defense Management. Ukraine has alleged that Putin's general was behind both the bombing of a maternity hospital in the city as well as the shelling of a theater being used as a bomb shelter by up to 100,000 people. In an audio clip shared by Alexander Skerba, Ukraine's ex-Austrian ambassador, brutal Kol Mizintsev can be heard berating a junior officer for not disciplining a private. The high-ranking military official can be heard saying, "Look at that scum standing there, frowning with his bovine eyes, showing me his unhappy face, his stinking mug. Why is he still serving? And why should I have to waste my time with your scum? If you're the head of a unit, then step up to the plate. Why is his face not mutilated yet? Why hasn't anyone cut off his ears? Why isn't this moron limping yet?" At night, when he walks out, unknown assailants jump him. Just jump him over and over, beating him in the face with a bottle and then pouring another liter into it. Up to 90% of Mariupol, home to 400,000 before the war, has been destroyed or damaged after a month of heavy shelling, according to Ukrainian authorities. Sergei Brachik, a spokesman for the Odessa military administration, accused Kol Mizintsev of ordering several devastating strikes in Mariupol, leading to hundreds of civilian deaths. He ordered the bombing of a maternity hospital, children's hospital, drama theater, and civilian homes, Brachik wrote. It is he who is destroying Mariupol, as he used to destroy Syrian cities. Speaking about the siege of the city, Kol Mizintsev parroted the Kremlin's line, blaming the mass terror in the city on Ukrainian neo-Nazis and bandits. In a Russian Defense Ministry briefing, he called on Mariupol's besieged residents to lay down their arms. He went on, "A terrible human catastrophe has developed. All who lay down their arms are guaranteed safe passage out of Mariupol." However, Ukraine's government claims attempts to establish humanitarian corridors out of the city have been disrupted by attacks from Russia's military. Alexander Skerba, Ukraine's former ambassador to Austria, branded Kol Mizintsev the Butcher of Mariupol as he shared an intercepted audio clip between himself and a junior officer. A translation of the audio clip tweeted out by Skerba shows Kol Mizintsev condemning a soldier for not wearing his uniform, calling him scum of the highest order. He is recorded saying, "Why is his face not mutilated yet? Why hasn't anyone cut off his ears? Why isn't this moron limping yet?" At night, when he walks out, unknown assailants jump him. Just jump him over and over, beating him in the face with a bottle and then pouring another liter into it. Kol Mizintsev previously orchestrated Russia's involvement in the devastating Syrian civil war between 2015 and 2016. As part of its effort to support Syria's brutal President Bashar al-Assad, Russian forces carried out a series of airstrikes, including the sieging of Aleppo, which left 1,640 civilians dead. Working as director of the Russian National Center for Defense, it's highly likely Mizintsev played a key role in the shelling of Aleppo. In one single incident in April 2016, 53 people were killed in an airstrike on a hospital in the city. Russian troops used cluster munitions and barrel bombs in built-up urban areas in Syria to inflict maximum casualties on civilians. Government forces also reportedly dropped chlorine in Aleppo in a series of devastating gas attacks. On April 7, 2018, a chemical warfare attack was carried out in the Syrian city of Douma, killing almost 50 people and injuring well over 100. The attack was blamed on the Russian-backed Syrian army, although Syria and Russia both accused the West of staging the attack as a false flag. Mariupol, a strategically vital port city in southeastern Ukraine, has suffered near constant bombings and shelling since the beginning of the Russian invasion on February 24. Apocalyptic drone footage shows the extent of the damage to the city, with one official describing it as reduced to the ashes of a dead land. Dashcam footage shared on Twitter reveals a desolate, ruined landscape, with Eastern European news agency Visegrad writing, "Mariupol looks like a ghost town." Human Rights Watch has described conditions in the city as a freezing hellscape riddled with dead bodies and destroyed buildings. In a Telegram post, Mariupol City Council said 5 out of its 6 hospitals had been destroyed, with 100 new patients requiring treatment each day. Doctors work by candlelight in the hospital's basement, desperately trying to preserve the diesel generators they now rely on for complex operations. Alexandra Matvichuk, the head of Ukraine's Center for Civil Liberties, has called on Mizintsev to face war crime charges at The Hague. Remember him. This is Mikhail Mizintsev. He is leading the siege of Mariupol, she tweeted on Wednesday. It was he who ordered the bombing of a children's hospital, the drama theater, etc. He has huge experience of destroying cities in Syria. Nearly 100,000 residents of Mariupol are still trapped inside the city ruins, according to Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky. In an address to his people on Wednesday, he accused Russian forces of seizing 15 humanitarian workers who were on their way to provide aid to the battered city. Sadly, almost all of our efforts are sabotaged by Russian occupants, by their shelling or deliberate terror, he said. Today, one of the humanitarian convoys was seized by occupants on an arranged route near Mangush. Speaking in the face of an extremely difficult situation, one doctor in Mariupol insisted that she remains hopeful. "I believe that Ukraine will win and we will return peace to our Mariupol," Larissa said, speaking to the council's telegram. "Together we will begin to rebuild our hometown and our hospital. And we will restore everything."